Hello, everyone. It is a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday, September 25th. Show's coming out a little bit later, but it's simply I had work stuff. That's all I'm going to say. It's work stuff. The baseball season is coming to an end, so the job is finishing up. It's picking up. You got deadlines to meet, all that stuff. So yeah, work stuff, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm very excited about today's show. It's just going to be me, no questions, no comments, none of that stuff. It's just me. I'm going to go ramble about a few topics. Just to give you a hint, I'm going to talk about aliens. Yes, aliens. I'm going to talk about some college football stuff that happened, some news, but I'll save that for the very end because I know not everyone that listens is a sports person. TikTok. I've been obsessed with TikTok. So we're going to talk about my favorite trends, probably my top 5 favorite genres or subgenres of the talk, as I like to call it, some late night talking. And we're going to talk about the what's going on with this Anheuser-Busch thing. Yeah, that's right. We're going to talk about some real news stuff. I forget the kid's name. Forgive me. But he got his sponsorship stripped away from Anheuser-Busch because of some old tweets that weren't really his. It's a whole thing. What's his name? Carson Kane. Okay, that's his name. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's block of entertainment as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. So I will see you in a second, and we will get this show on the road. Aliens. Yes, aliens. That's what we're talking about for the first little bit of the show. So, what is new in the world of aliens? Well, I will tell you. Basically, not NASA, you idiot. The military has confirmed the sightings of UFOs. We've known UFOs are real, okay? Unidentified flying objects, that's a very vague term that could mean anything that's unidentified and flying around. However, I forget which member of Blink 182, but a member of Blink 182 of all bands has released tape or said something that he wasn't supposed to of the military tracking these ships. And so it's basically become confirmed that aliens are real. Now, anyone with a functional brain knew aliens were real. If the world, there are infinite galaxies, okay? There is probably an upside down world where I am a pro athlete. There's probably an upside down world where I am a woman. There's these infinite galaxies of all these different things, and we can't reach them, so maybe they'll reach us. Anyways, aliens are real. Blink 182 has found them and given us this knowledge, this information. I can't thank them enough. I'm not a huge fan of pop punk music, but I am a fan of facts. So recently, aside from that, CNN, yes, CNN, and now I'm reporting news. This is all in my quest to become verified on Twitter, because you have to start reporting things and act like you're like a real journalist. So that way they're like, okay, we have to give you a check mark so people can't impersonate you and tweet fake news. So this is me reporting news, all in an attempt to get a check mark. So a second interstellar visitor to our solar system has been confirmed and named. Y'all remember the first interstellar object, and I'm not talking about Mr. Matthew McConaughey. I'm not talking about Interstellar, the film, that I cried and watched once. Well, I mean, I watched it a billion times, but I cried once. I don't know why it hit me different. I think I was just lonely. Anyways, it was like that long rock-looking thing. That was the first interstellar object in our solar system. So CNN says an unusual object detected streaking across the sky last month was a comet that originated outside of our solar system. Observations have confirmed becoming the only second observed interstellar object to cross our solar system. What? We have things from a different galaxy, a different dimension that have crossed over into our world. And we're not worried about it at all. We're going around what? Oh my God! We need to come together as people. We got aliens afoot. There are aliens coming. And we need to band together as people. I'm going to side with the aliens when they come anyway. Back to the story. They've named it. They have named it. Okay? It is named 21, or maybe that's 2I. I'm going to assume I don't see any other capital I's in this article. So I'm going to say that's at 21. 21 slash Borisov. That's just what they named it. They named it 21, son. 21 Savage in this thing. Who knew? And, I knew 21 Savage was different, but I didn't think he came from a different dimension. I didn't know he came from a different galaxy. 21, 21, 21. Did not do great live when I saw him. It was woeful. They named the thing 21, and it is massive. Now, where do you side on the alien debate? I believe they are real, and when they show up, because we certainly aren't going to go find them, I'm going to side with the aliens. They probably got the blaster cannons and these proton rays and these light swords, not lightsabers. There's a difference, okay? Before I get the Star Wars community after me. Light swords. They probably got all this weaponry, this advanced weaponry that our military, foreign or domestic, won't be able to withstand. And that freaks me out. And you can call me a bandwagoner all you want. You can say you're no better than Kevin Durant, who's going to also join the aliens with you. That's fine. I'll take a ring. I'll keep living. JKL, just keep living. That's me. I'm going to side with the aliens. How are more people not worried about it? And also, why is the news not reporting this more? The actual television news or Twitter news or wherever you get your news from. I've seen one article about it on CNN. That's it. Call CNN fake news all you want. Call it whatever. Okay. They are reporting the facts on this. There are aliens. There are interstellar beings and objects flying around our solar system. Ours. The Milky Way galaxy. Our solar system. The thing probably ran into Pluto. Yeah, no, that's not even a planet anymore. The thing probably ran into Mars. And then that didn't make any sense. Let's backtrack on that. The thing is flying around our solar system. It's banana land. How? I'm going to side with the aliens. No news is proclaiming this. I'm the only one proclaiming this. They're aliens. They are real. I'm going to side with the aliens. I'm pro-alien. You can be whatever you want. I am pro-alien. There are infinite galaxies. Of course, aliens are real. That wraps it up for the alien segment. When I get back, we're talking TikToks, and we're talking some more news. And we're back, and we're back. And remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at francoswhat_. And please, please, please tell your friends so we can help the show grow, So let's get down to TikTok. I like to watch it late at night before I go to sleep, and it's what I like to call late night talking. So my 5 favorite subgenres of the talk, as I like to call it, are cowboy/country people that are looking for lovers online. That is hilarious to me. So there's one. For lack of a better term, any sort of white trash is funny to me. High school athletes thinking their sport is like the most important thing in the world is funny to me. There's 3. So we got people trying to get hooked up on the timeline. Any sort of white trashery. High school athletes. What else? I mean, there's another one. What else? Oh my gosh. What was it? Okay. Here's some trends that they have with music. The one trend where it's mostly I don't even know how to describe these people, but it's people who talking about weird experiences they had. Maybe it was like a date or something they did weird in public, and they don't want to show their face, so they turn their face to the side and walk across the screen, and some Nicki Minaj song plays. It's the vibe. It's the vibe. It's the vibe. Come me back. It's the vibe. It's funny. I like that trend. That's a good trend to me. And what is the other trend? I hate the trend of that squeaky noise. I hate the squeaky noise trend. If you're a fellow talker like me, you know the squeaky noise trend. Okay, I'm not even gonna try to replicate it. It's that it pierces my ears in such a way that makes me want to throw the phone out the window. I can't think of that fifth trend. I just watched them today. What was the fifth trend? So to recap, we have white trashery, cowboys slash country people looking for lovers online, high school athletes making it seem like they're amazing athletes, and people covering their faces and walking in front of the screen when the Nicki Minaj. Am I saying Nicki Minaj song plays? Wow. Tripping over my words today. Whatever, we'll just go with those four. I love those four trends. I feel like I'm missing out on a trend. Oh, okay. When people try to like rap, and by that I mean that a rap song is playing and they are singing and dancing to it, like trying to make it seem like it's them talking or them rapping. It's mostly people doing it to Eminem songs with the glasses that look like they are bulletproof. Like the prescription is so strong in the glasses, it looks like it's bulletproof. Those types of people, Eminem, they listen to Eminem. Their fingernails are really long and unkept. It's that type of thing. They could also be a subsection of the white trashery, but I'm going to give them their own thing because they're so unique. My timeline is not white trashy enough. My timeline's been ticking me off lately. It's ironic, TikTok ticking me off, whatever. Because it's just been mostly high school people, the high school age people that are like showing off how much money they have. They're like rich kid check or prep school check. They always say something check. Check. Low low audience size podcast check. I might drive for Lyft check. I might drive for Lyft and pick up a check. Either way, I'm addicted to the talk. So if you're on the talk or you're interested in swapping some talks, get a hold of me. All right, so let's talk about this Carson King thing. I am. What else? Oh, yeah, the Carson King thing. So I tweeted about it, and I very rarely tweet about anything news related or political related, but today something got a hold of me, and I just wanted to talk about it. So Carson King is known for having his Venmo on a poster board during the College Game Day football show on ESPN. He was asking for beer money. Over $1 million was sent to him for beer money. And all he did with the $1 million was buy one case of Busch Light, Man of Honor, and the rest of it he's donating to a children's hospital. How sweet. How sweet of him. And, a lot of people would have spent that money a lot of different ways. So what's the first thing today's society likes to do when somebody gets just a hint, not even full fame, just a hint of notoriety and credit? Hey, let's bring him down. He's had it too good for too long. You know what? Let's knock him down a peg. And that's exactly what they did. A journalist who has since been turned his Twitter profile to private because he is soft and spineless and shall remain nameless. Also, I forgot his name. That's how unimportant he is to me. He has went through the young man's Twitter, found some old questionable tweets, and it turns out it wasn't the kid's statements, if you want to call them that at all. I say kid, he's 24, he's older than me, but at the time, he was 16 years old in the year 2011. What would your Twitter have looked like when you were 16 years old in 2011 and you didn't know that these types of things had repercussions? You just thought you were sending out jokes to 5 people. You didn't think anybody could see it. Were they problematic? Yeah. Were they insensitive? Yeah. That doesn't mean people can't change. I'm sure he does not think that way. And might I add, these weren't his statements. He was quoting a television show, Tosh.0, an edgy comedian who I admire. And at the time, in that age, I thought he was one of the funniest people on earth. I watched his show all the time and his stand-up specials. So I think people need to check themselves and stop feeling so poor me and so entitled and so this or so that. and just let people have things for once. I mean, I know victimhood is in right now. I mean, it is, to be a victim is big. Woof. That'll change your life right there. You're a victim, whoo baby. That'll change your life in any sort of way. You play the victim, you're a hero. So this kid is donating $1 million to a bunch of sick and I'm assuming just sick. They could be injured, but just a bunch of sick children. And society won't let him enjoy it. Anheuser-Busch has since pulled their sponsorship from Carson King, and I don't think has made any sort of comment on the subject. Yeah, comedy podcast, and we're talking about news, and I'm getting serious for once. I don't know why. It's just bothersome. It's just bothersome, and it's society as a whole, and I fall into the trap of it too, and I think it just goes to social media. Look at it this way. People that with the fake check mark and all that stuff, and people that are addicted to social media are no better than a drug addict, a junkie, or whatever you want to call them. That's probably a derogatory term. They're no better than that. They're mentally ill people, mentally unstable people, the people that are addicted to social media, that will do anything necessary to get some drop of clout, some sort of notoriety. Can I increase my followers by 1,000? Can I get 20 likes? Can I get 100 likes? They will do anything for it, and it's sick, and these people need help. People that are addicted, the fake verified squad that thinks they're making some sort of massive cultural impact in the world by canceling people or getting people in trouble or digging up dirt on people after any sort of success, think they're doing real good in the world. And eventually this type group of people is going to start eating their own, and they will be reduced to nothing. And then maybe then social media will get back to the way it was, where it was simply going to coffee shops and telling people what you had that day. But until then, the only reason I have social media is to promote my show. And you can follow me on it at francosworld_. I will be back, and we will talk college football for a little bit, and maybe I'll tell a story or two. Thank you very much for listening to the rant. I'm not going to apologize if I offended you. It's jokes, even though it was kind of serious that time. All right, let's talk sports for a minute, shall we? So if you enjoy placing money on games like I do, maybe you want to get in on it. Maybe you should get a hold of me. And if you know me, shoot me a message. I can hook you up. $25 free play, and we'll get that popping. Maybe you just want picks. Maybe you yourself cannot win. Well, maybe you should follow me on the Action Network. In the last 30 days, I am 31-17, documented, plus 16.68 units. Man, imagine if your unit was $1,000. Mine is not $1,000. Some people's unit is $10,000. Some people's unit is $20,000. Bet within your means and don't spend money you don't have. If you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I do not have a problem. So, in college football, I just started tracking my picks 2 weeks maybe. I'm 9-11 the past 2 weeks. Not great. However, in the NFL, I'm 12-1. Wow. MLB, I'm 7-3. 2 soccer leagues, I'm 1-1. And in the WNBA, I am 2-1. Documented. It's documented. These are documented picks. These aren't stories. These aren't fables. I'm not making it up. This actually happens. So I'm going to share with you some picks that I like and the reason I like them. Actually, I'm only going to give you a couple. I'm only going to give you a couple. So here's some of my favorite picks for the week. North Texas -6 against Houston. Houston's quarterback, D'Eriq King, who leads the team in passing and I'm pretty sure rushing, he hasn't left the program, but he has given himself some sort of red shirt thing. So it comes to the new rule of you can play 4 games and then get red shirted, which I think is kind of soft in the sense that if you're a player of his caliber, oh man, we stink this year, I'm just going to quit and restart next year. It's like me playing a video game and I'm losing and I just turn it off and come back. It's an interesting decision, but you don't know people's circumstances. Maybe it was needed for other reasons. Either way, that being said, Seth Littrell, the head coach of North Texas, is legit. They have an awesome quarterback in Mason Fine. They're going to throw it all over the yard. The number started at 3. I was putting my pick in, and it was 5.5. Before I could hit submit, it moved to 6. I got it at 6. I don't know what it's at now. Either way, North Texas this week, I love them. Another pick is Virginia. They're going up against Notre Dame, whatever you want to call it, okay? I love Virginia this week. I got them at plus 11 because I'm an idiot. It has since moved up to 13, 14. Let these dum-dums keep pounding Notre Dame, okay? Because they think they competed against Georgia last week when Kirby Smart was coaching. He was walking on eggshells. He had the lead and he didn't want to lose it. He was not coaching to win the game. He was coaching not to lose the game. And that's fine. He didn't lose the game. I'm just saying, no, he made Notre Dame look a lot better than they are. I believe in Virginia this week. I love Bryce Perkins. He's a dynamic quarterback. I love that team. Just take Virginia this week. So there's another one. I like Marshall plus 3 at home against Cincinnati. I think Marshall is an underrated team just because they play in the Conference USA. People don't respect them. I think they're a quality program. I grew up a Marshall fan more than I was a West Virginia fan. I love the Herd. And lastly, the pick I'm going to give you is Maryland plus 7. Sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Also, they are playing Penn State. Every brainiac gambler guy I know, Maryland. And that's all I can tell you about that. Maryland. They love them to death. So, there's a couple big plays for you. North Texas, Marshall, Virginia, Maryland. Bingo, bango. Don't say I never gave you nothing. Hopefully those come back as winners so I don't look stupid. Hope you're enjoying today's show. Remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at francosworld_. Tell anyone you know about the show so we can help it grow. All right, whenever I get back after getting some water, I'm going to do a little bit of storytelling. I'll see what story I have to tell today for the last 8 minutes or so. All right, cool. I'll see you in a second. All right, and we're back. In terms of jokes, I finally got around to watching Dave Chappelle's special, and it was hilarious. I audibly laughed very, very loud, very, very early in the morning because I have a comedy theory that has helped me, and so I stand by it, and I'm going to give it to you. Maybe you're an open micer like me. Maybe you're an opener. Maybe you're a feature actor. Maybe you're just a fan of comedy, or maybe you couldn't care less. Either way, I'm going to give you this little tip of mine that has seemed to have worked so far in my 2-ish years of doing mics. If it's funny at 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, it'll be funny at 8 in the evening or 9 in the evening. And here's why. When people wake up, for the most part, unlike me, they are not happy people. They are slow and sluggish, and it takes a little bit for the brain to turn on. It takes a little bit for the humor to kick in. Okay? So what I do is I like to write at night. That is my thing. And so I'll write at night, edit at night, do all that stuff, reread it in the morning, and if I believe in it or I think it's kind of funny or could work or it could need some tinkering around, I'll keep it. If I am told to watch something funny or watch a special or do this or do that, I will watch it early in the morning because I'm not in the mood to watch it. So I force myself to watch it. And if I'm forcing myself to watch something that's funny and I genuinely believe in it and I audibly laugh and all that stuff, it's funny. I am not the gatekeeper to what's funny and what's not. My stuff's not for everyone. Everyone's stuff isn't for everyone. I'm just saying this is how I believe that. I think I have a good grasp as to what is funny and what is not. With that being said, I like this little litmus test I put it through. The ringer I put it through. Yeah. So I watched Chappelle's special early this morning. I died laughing. So let's talk about pizza, because that makes sense. Last 5 minutes, we'll tell oh boy. Sorry, my buddy texted me about some gambling picks that I did not pick, and they look like sure winners, and I missed out on big winners, because I'm stupid. Either way, let's talk about pizza. Let's rank the chain pizza restaurants. What are they? The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. What are they? Domino's, solid. Papa John's, they had some trouble, but I think they rebounded. Little Caesars, which is cardboard and ketchup with some Kraft singles melted on, and Pizza Hut. Nobody really talks about Pizza Hut anymore. Their advertising game kind of struggled. They're not getting out there in the public eye. I remember me and my family, me and my friends, we used to just close down a Pizza Hut, son. We would get the personal pan pizzas with the grease dripping off the pan. Oh yeah, that's that stuff right there. I like it. I liked Pizza Hut. We would go there after we would go bowling because I grew up in 1985. After we would go bowling, we'd go across the street to the Pizza Hut. And man, I'd save up, I'd search around the house for a couple quarters, couple dollars you find on like the ground at school or something like that. Good kids are just careless with money. And you know what I'd do? I'd get my eyes on the prize. I wouldn't go to the claw machine till the end. That was a little cherry on top of the evening. I'm going straight to the jukebox. And I'm flipping through the CDs like over and over and over until I see it. Bang, there he is, that bald head. And I'm throwing a whole band on Chris Daughtry, son. I want Chris Daughtry playing the whole time while I'm eating. Me and my buddies would just play all these songs. Some people would play Nelly. Some would play, Kelly Clarkson. Here's me with Chris Daughtry. Every time one of our songs would come on, we'd be like, wait, 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 wait. There it is. Yeah, there it is, baby. Yeah, baby. And that's what it was, son. Every Pizza Hut I went into was so dim, so dimly lit, and I think it's because the sanitation levels in it was also very low. And I think those two go hand in hand. So it's low, the sanitation levels are low, the lights are low, so you can't see how grimy the floors are. Either way, you would get the personal pan pizza, just have grease dripping off of it. Then you'd go play what is it? A crane machine? My dad could dominate a crane machine. I won 4 basketballs one night in a crane machine. Mini basketballs. Not big ones. Mini basketballs. And I walked out of there and people were like, win me one, win me one. I'm not kidding you. Got $1 from him, went in there, won him a basketball, walked out. I was the Kobe Bryant of Pizza Hut claw machine. I'm serious. That's crazy, man. You know, Oh wait, what else did they? They had that reading program too. Pizza Hut did. So if you read like 10 books over the summer, you got like a free pizza or something like that. I read more books that summer than I ever had in my entire life. The Boxcar Children, Matt Christopher sports books, the Thesaurus. I read them all. Cover to cover. I walk in the Pizza Hut, give me 2. The school had all those weird, uh, like I don't know how you call them, some sort of like encouragement to like read or whatever, reading programs or anything. The school got stingy on like any sort of food stuff. And this happened whenever I was in elementary school too. Like, it got to a point where we couldn't bring in our own food for holiday parties. Halloween, Christmas, Easter, Flag Day, whatever. We couldn't bring in any sort of treats. The school had to provide the treats for us. And the treats were horrible. The treats stunk on ice. And this wasn't even when Michelle Obama was in office. This was the Bush era, son. This was the wild, wild west. Michelle Obama made the school lunches taste like garbage. She's a great woman. Respect the heck out of her. School lunches stunk. Anyway. Oh man, I'm trying to think what was my favorite school lunch. Couldn't go wrong with a chicken patty sandwich. I liked the pizzas that were circular. The circular pizzas were good. Now I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. Here's a weird story that was in the back of my mind, and it just popped up because of me rambling. So it's elementary school. I'm sitting in the lunchroom, and it's chicken nugget day. I had billions of chicken nuggets by this point in my life because I'm in elementary school. It's probably first grade, second grade. I was sitting there eating and stuff like that, and I'm like, and it was my first time ever having what quote unquote hot lunch. So essentially, whatever the cooks made, I ate it. That was the first time I ever had it. My mom packed my lunch for me. She left me little notes in there, little sweets for the sweet. It was very sweet of her. But it was my first time ever having hot lunch. It's a weird scenario. You have to stand in line. You have to get your milk. You have to go through. And it's not like whenever you're older and you're at a buffet and you're like, yes, please, no, please. They just throw it on there. You get what you get and you go. So it was chicken nugget day. I guess that's a good day to have your first hot lunch. And I'm sitting there eating, and one of the assistant principals comes up to me. How's your lunch today, Franklin? Oh, it's good. This is my first time ever having the hot lunch. And she had this strangest of all faces. And I guess she misheard me because she blew her whistle, and the whole like everybody like looked at her like, what is going on? This actually happened. I'm not making this up. This isn't a bit. Everybody looked at her like, what is going on? What is going on? And then she looks at me, you know, and she goes, okay, guys, guess what? This is Franklin's first time ever having chicken nuggets, and he loves them. And then the whole class just started clapping for me. I'm not kidding you. This actually happened. This isn't a bit. I swear this actually happened. And I'm trying to be like, no, I've had chicken. And it's like I couldn't say anything over the roarous applause. That actually happened. I'm not going to reveal the assistant principal's name, but if you went to Lubeck Elementary School as a child, around probably '05, you know who I'm talking about. All right. Thank you guys for listening to today's show. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked it just as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. And I'll see you when I see you. And I hope you have a great day. In the meantime, you keep taking care of yourself.